Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood updates here, so remember to subscribe for the latest videos. The world of Hollywood is no stranger to attention-grabbing headlines and stunning surprises, but nothing could have prepared fans for the tidal wave of buzz surrounding the jaw-dropping emergence of Morgan York's Bikini Photos. Images so striking, so bold, and so unfiltered that even seasoned entertainment veterans were left speechless. Once remembered as the sweet, quirky child star from beloved Disney Channel series like Hannah Montana and The Pacifier, Morgan York has now shattered all past perceptions and risen like a phoenix, revealing a fiercely confident, empowered woman who isn't afraid to defy societal norms or challenge outdated beauty standards. The moment those photos surfaced, the internet trembled under the sheer weight of reactions, from admiration to shock, from awe to controversy. Dressed in unapologetically revealing swimwear that many deemed inappropriate even for adults, Morgan didn't just pose for the camera. She made a statement. A statement about body autonomy. A declaration of freedom. A bold, glamorous refusal to conform to the mold that Hollywood so often imposes on its women. As millions scrolled through the images in disbelief, trying to reconcile the grown, radiant, and commanding presence in the photos with the child actress they once knew, it became clear Morgan York had undergone a transformation not just in body, but in spirit. Every angle of the shoot, every pose, every defiant look in her eyes seemed to carry a story of struggle, growth, and ultimate triumph. These weren't just pictures. They were a visual manifesto. Her curves, her stance, her expression, all spoke to a deeper narrative of self-ownership, resilience, and radical self-love. Critics came for her. Online commentators tried to shame her. But Morgan stood tall, unfazed, embodying a strength that silenced every voice trying to dim her light. In a world where celebrity image is micromanaged and manipulated beyond recognition, York's raw, unfiltered confidence pierced through the noise like a thunderclap. Suddenly, everyone wanted to know, how did she get here? What drove her to embrace this fierce new image? Was this a one-time moment or the beginning of a brand new chapter in her Hollywood journey? As Daily Gossip dives deep into this sensational revelation, we uncover never-before-heard details about Morgan's personal metamorphosis, the emotional battles behind her stunning glow-up, the intense industry pressure she fought through, and the inspirational courage it took to strip down both literally and metaphorically before the world. Former co-stars have weighed in. Fans have erupted in polarized waves. But beneath the glamour, behind the glitter, lies a story far richer than the photos themselves, a story of a woman reclaiming her narrative, her power, and her right to be unapologetically herself in a world that rarely allows it. Get ready to be captivated by the drama, the tears, the unexpected twists, and the unrelenting power of Morgan York's comeback. This is not just gossip, it's a revolution in heels and a bikini. So sit back and prepare yourself, because this is only the beginning. As the headlines surged across every entertainment feed and social media platform, what was once a quiet corner of Morgan York's post-Hollywood life suddenly erupted into a dazzling spotlight of attention, controversy, admiration, and firestorm debate. The bikini photos that sparked a million reactions were no mere fashion statement. They were an explosion of identity, a thunderous reclaiming of space in an industry that so often erases women once they step away from the camera's glare. After years of silence, Morgan's reemergence with such audacity stunned fans and critics alike, sending an unmistakable message. She's not here for permission. She's here for power. She didn't just step into the spotlight. She burned through it, commanding every gaze not as a former child star but as a grown woman who has endured, evolved, and risen above the noise with unapologetic flair. The backlash was immediate and predictably loud. Comment threads exploded with accusations that the photos were too provocative, inappropriate, and reckless, with many struggling to reconcile her bold adult identity with the innocent persona etched into their childhood memories. But amid the chaos, there was an undeniable wave of empowerment sweeping through those who saw more than just skin in those images. They saw courage. They saw defiance. They saw a woman who had wrestled with the industry's suffocating expectations and emerged shining in her own light. Behind every sultry pose was a history of battles won in silence. Battles against body shame, industry abandonment, and the crushing weight of expectations placed on young female celebrities. Morgan York's decision to showcase her body on her own terms was not a descent into scandal. It was an ascent into sovereignty. The message wasn't about being seen, it was about being seen as she is. She shattered the lens through which society demanded she be viewed and built a new one through which she finally recognized herself. And as that lens widened, so too did the conversation. Feminist circles applauded her for reclaiming her image. Fashion critics analyzed every thread of the daring bikinis. Mental health advocates highlighted the bravery it takes to face the world's judgment without armor. And in the midst of this cultural tempest, Morgan stayed silent. Not because she was ashamed, but because she had already said everything she needed to with her eyes, her pose, her presence. In an era where visibility is currency, Morgan York cashed in without selling out. Her photos were not filtered to perfection or tailored to please. They were raw, radiant, and real. And in their boldness, they became a canvas onto which countless women could project their own struggles with body image, worth, and voice. Suddenly, she wasn't just a former actress. She was a symbol. The kind of symbol that makes you pause, think, reflect. The kind that challenges you to reconsider your own biases. With every flash of the camera, she tore away decades of silence and redefined what it means to come back, not as a reinvented version of her past self, but as the true, fearless embodiment of who she was meant to be all along. And now, as more behind-the-scenes footage, unedited shots, and unseen reels begin to surface, the world is only beginning to realize that this is not a one-time shock. This is a long-awaited reawakening. Morgan York's story is not a scandal. It's a declaration, a mirror, a reckoning. And as daily gossip continues to peel back the layers behind these inappropriate, yet impossibly iconic photos, we discover that the most provocative thing about them is not the fabric, the pose, or the setting, but the truth they reveal. That when a woman chooses herself, when she dares to be seen for who she is, not who the world wants her to be, that is the most powerful, glamorous, and dramatic thing of all. So remember to subscribe for more celebrity stories, shocking Hollywood revelations, and inspiring journeys every day, only here on Daily Gossip.